The original name of the tank role is a very obvious allusion to a literal vehicle of the same name. Both have the heavy and strong structure, both are used to gain control of the enemy territory, and both are commonly known for their rather slow but powerful and non-stopping movement. But the main character of today is no ordinary tank, because he is black. Hello everyone, and remember, I am talking about a fictional character in a video game, so please pipe down, snowflakes. Doomfist is one of the most important faces in the entire lore of Overwatch, and it's only because he wields a Thanos gauntlet, but without the M&M gems and without the Thanos. It's just an oversized shiny glove with rocket engines. Can you believe that? What a scam.
Scam nobody, bro. I never.
The leader of talents like Abusive Wife, Death Boy, and Amazon Scammer is a force to be reckoned with. He originated as only an idea, a dream in early Overwatch days. Some might even say that at some point he became a legend of some sort. So, the caring, passionate, and loving developers at that time gave the players what they wanted, a completely game-breaking DPS hero. But then, the mighty gods from above cursed our land with the abomination that is Overwatch 2, and the skull-cracking, uppercutting, and ass-clapping man that was once Doomfist has now become a punching bag. If you want to know everything about our friendly neighborhood fisting enthusiast, then fist that subscribe button. Okay, maybe that's not the brightest idea, but you still should press that button, because it puts a smile on my face. Now that the mandatory sub reminder is over, let us begin the Doomfist review!
Rising. Something else is rising.
Doomfist serves as the big bad of Overwatch. He is the leader of the Talon organization, and recently we got to know that he is a co-creator of the entire invasion event happening in the game right now. So let's see, how did we get here? To understand the entire position of Doomfist, you must first understand that it's not just a character, it's an entire cult. Before Doomfist, there was Doomfist the Savior and Doomfist the Scourge, both of which have their own very interesting stories, but that's a topic for another day. All you need to know is that the Scourge Fist was the one who invited our main hero of the story, also known as Akande, to the infamous Talon, because he lost his hand and felt a little bit bad for him. Luckily for him, he was born in a rich family that granted him a new hand that was literally better in every single aspect possible, but because of his illegal cybernetic enhancements, he was unable to participate in his at that time hobby, fisting the other men. Like, in a fighting way, not in a... Akande being overpowered from the start because the writers said so simply kills the previous Doomfist in what we know as the Venice incident. We don't talk about the Venice incident. Scavenging the golden gauntlet from the corpse of Doomfist 2.0, he now has become the Doomfist 3.0 and made everyone at Talon his slave. Those tables really do be turning. Then the purple Roomba himself, Ramatra, comes on his knees, begging Doomfist for help, and so he does, because both of them are on the same IQ level. Where did you think the name Null Sector came from? Speaking of moronic behavior, our bright Megamind fisting man decides to 3v1 some random weirdos and the monkey, and he does manage to frag those two clowns, but the monkey was a little too much to handle. Because of that, he lands in jail, where our good old friend Reaper comes in, and if you watch the previous episode, you will know that Doomfist has yet another superpower that is seducing other men so well they are willing to do anything for him. If I had to guess how is he doing this, I'd say he's hitting them with the classic
"Can I crush your balls?"
Even though Akande is in prison, he still sends out orders like snagging a random scientist you might have heard about, snagging his own gauntlet from the museum, but we all know how that ended, and also ordered a nice comfy Uber to take him out of the prison. After that, the Masquerade incident takes place. We don't talk about the Masquerade incident, and Doomfist regains full control over Talon using questionable methods. He then goes to Numbani to wreck everything and spread his racist propaganda, and all of that build-up comes to one final fight. Akande, the third generation of the legendary Doomfist kind, versus Toaster with Wi-Fi connection. Like, we already can tell from those descriptions who won. Orisa, for the people who don't know her past kit, pulls out the most illegal moveset ever seen to mankind, embarrassing Doomfist and scaring him away. All that build-up time just to end the greatest villain's story on a horse Roomba having a meaningful impact just this one time throughout her entire story. Wow. I'm so sick of saying Doomfist again and again, so you better get used to this stupid replacement I got here. Brian's design is basically just a black man with an oversized shiny steel gauntlet on his right arm. There's literally nothing else going on with him, and that's great. You really don't want to take away attention from what is his primary source of damage, but also traveling across countries. You can't help but notice a very wild collision between advanced technology like the, steel spine, to the very primitive looking tattoos and basic clothing. Time to complain once again how the default 2 skin ruined the original concept of a hero, and here the torn red fabric is replaced with Granny's old carpet, and the badass spikes are gone for the sake of the fancy fur. Well, the spikes are not gone entirely, they have been moved to the gauntlet exclusively, and may I just say how absolutely wonderful the design of both gauntlets are. The default 2 is slick with its black color scheme, the red details emphasizing the villainous intents of Brian, and the golden elements are toned down to let the blackness thrive. Haha, very funny, shut up now. They also tried to hide the precious feet, but those slippers have got to be the biggest L in this entire design. Back to the original, the feet are luckily still there, and this in my opinion is just the more primal version of Doom, which if you think about it, doesn't make any sense at all lore-wise, but it does contrast well with his gameplay that I'll get to in a moment. The tattoos, the torn fabric, the pure gold gauntlet, and the spikes all point towards a very certain theme, and I like it just as much as the more formal, toned down, but more menacing design of the second one. So this might be the first time I'm allowing a fair tie between the two default skins. But how are the rest holding up? You either go full on classy formal or full on classy primal. No in between. All the legendary skins look excellent, except Judo Black Belt. I don't know what they were thinking with this one. But all the skins look great, because the core design of Brian is so wonderful. A buff man with an enormous device enhancing his fighting powers is a very strong foundation, and what's even better, it isn't overclogging the space for creativity. That's why we have wonderful and beautiful examples like Gladiator, Elsa, and someone misspelling Iron. I must also say that I am very glad they decided to change the gauntlets colors too in the blue skins, giving them much more personality than we can see in other cases like Bastion, whose blue skins are just different pajama sets. Overall, I find it impossible to select one best skin for this guy, as the choice is just too great, and there's something to fit everyone's personal taste, which is very rare. And so we get to the most fun part at the end, excluding all of the bugs. But come on, there are way worse cases. Doomfist isn't the protector of his team, nor a heavy damage dealer. He is a very mobile, it's nerf or nothing trap card, giving you a glimpse of what IShowSpeed is doing on his streams to entertain the current generation of 9-year-olds. The all-in potential of this character is not only the highest out of all heroes in Overwatch, but it's also the most satisfying. Getting a charged punch planted into the enemy team can easily win you entire fights. But if you happen to miss, then I don't know what to say, you must be stupid or something, because big surprise, Doom is yet another tank with unnecessarily big hitboxes. Can I just say I adore characters where you don't need to sweat your bottom to hit those tiny head hitboxes and accomplish getting called a fatherless tryhard at the end of each match. Heroes like Junkrat, Orisa partially, Ana, Pharah, Ball partially, and Doomfist partially, all can be super effective without having the perfect aim. Most of the utility Doom provides comes from his rocket punch, and it couldn't be more emphasized with the existence of the power block that enhances just that ability. The seismic slam is most often used to get chip damage or to initiate dives, or vice versa, escape quickly. This also begins another thread, that is the ability usage and dives. Make sure you always think at least one step ahead of the enemies and don't engage with that rocket seismic combo. Even if it's super tempting, leave this tech only to leaving spawn. You're no zebra. Having at least one of your abilities to dip out of any dangerous situation is not only super safe, but also very annoying to the enemies who have little to no chance at getting you. Now you may be asking, why is the rocket punch so valuable? It provides three main things: damage, stun, and knockback. And guess what? All of these three are mega important, especially that you have them at a generous 4-second cooldown. That's why Doomfist can be very effective in long team fights, and that's why he is that good at getting the tasty environmental kills. How dumb must you be to fall for that? While on the topic of surviving in team fights, Doomfist also has a unique passive where some damage dealt with his abilities will be gained back as overheal, meaning it is very beneficial for your health to fist as many people as you can. The bonus bonus damage of slamming targets into walls also makes you a deadly assassin if you play your cards right. Most squishy targets, if not babysat by their support, will crumble under your presence. But if somehow you did dive with everything you had and somehow start losing your encounter, there is absolutely nothing you can do. If only he had like an escape jail free card that would allow him to make brain dead plays and still be sure he can leave unharmed. Okay, this ult only serves one purpose, and that is keeping you alive. No other support ability can match a fraction of power the Meteor Strike achieves in a single press of a button. The slam itself only charges your gauntlet, so really there is no point to use it. Wait, what? Damage? I hardly know her. Also, there's the primary weapon. Yeah, and also I cannot leave out wiping the entire enemy minefield in one go. It's just... Conclusion! Mobility is the main reason I play video games. If my 180 kilo ass ain't moving around the house, it will at least zip zap in a virtual world. There is no other hero in this game that punishes you for taking too much risk. Wasting one of your crucial abilities and mispositioning you worse than an average bronze player isn't the greatest outcome of your quote-unquote dive. But when that risk pays off and you get 2 or more targets with a single slam, the absolute pure feeling of satisfaction is nowhere to be found in the rest of the hero roster. The biggest villain of the entire Overwatch story and a rare free the nipple movement activist was one of the most hyped heroes in the game, and it doesn't matter if it's Tank Fist or Rising Uppercut Fist, both versions perfectly captured the brawly strong fisting power of this monolith of a man. Doom will end up with a score of 10 bananas out of 11 grapefruits, and for my defense, if you think the bananas are racist, I blame it on the random fruit website. No shot. A friendly reminder that you can always let me know down in the comments what hero would you like me to review next, and this time I have literally nothing to say for a quirky small talk at the end, other than seriously consider subscribing and help me reach 5k. We already got past the funny 420 number, so there's no reason to stay this low. Thanks for watching, have a lovely day, bye bye.